Hi guys, I'm Ashif Ali and watching CGHOW video. Today we will make this Dragon Ball Z charge effect in Unreal Engine. So let's start this tutorial. So what I have already is I have this, and in this I have the single emitter and this single particle, which is just a not mesh, just a texture. So you can see this is just a texture. So single particle here. And now we will make a charge effects for that, and for that I have this empty material called charge. So we will make our effect here. So first thing, I'll make this translucent, or you can use additive and unlit, two-sided and on a planar. So let's say if you take a radial, and if I preview that, this is how it looks. If you want to make the ring, you can use sine and make the sine maybe 2. And if I preview, we have a ring. Then you can use power and increase this maybe 10, and you will have a proper ring. Cool. Now I want to make it little oval. So for that, what I'll do, and let's also reduce the size of this. So let's make the radius 0.4, not 0.5, 4. And this center point is to move it. So if I put vector 2 and 0.5, 0.5 is center. And I can make these values offset like 0.3, so it will move on this y-axis, and this is for x. So what I'll do here, instead of using direct values, I'll use some gradients, so it will make it oval shape. So I'll just delete that, and let's say you use a texture coordinate, and I'll take the green channel because I just want, let me connect this here, because I just want to offset the upper part, so that's why I'm taking this gradient. And now because this is black on there, so I will invert it. Now the white is there, and you can also power. Okay, and then you can use like append, because I just want to edit one value, not both. And on the append I will use 0.5 on the x, and I want to only edit the y. So if you directly connect this, it will like change the that. See, now instead of using it, I just want it from the just the center. So what I'll do, I'll take, actually I'll take this texture coordinate again, multiply it by 2 and subtract 0.1. So that will make, if you'll preview, this is 0. If you'll preview, this is 0 and this is 1. So I want to make sure this is here. So that's why I'm multiplying by 2 and subtract 1. So this is here now. Then I can take the mask, red channel, and now we have this, and I'll use the absolute. So all the negative value will positive, and this is how it will look. Then I can use again a power, maybe 0.5, and then multiply these together. So this is how it will look. See, so it's making that gradient like oval shape for the oval shape, so it will just work on that part. So now I'll use a lerp, and let's say use two values here. Let's say I use 0.5 and 0.5, so it will not tweak anything because both has the same value. But if I make this 0.3 and maybe this is 0.7, now it's making that shape little like a heart. So that's okay. I like it. I will go with it. So we will tweak it later. Now same thing we will do with the texture. So first, let's say you have a texture and you have this aura, which I have this one. And if I preview that and make the tiling like 5 by 5, and I'll just multiply it with this, and let's not make it that much. So what we will have, this ring will mask out that, but the pattern of this is not following the arc. So this should be like that. So if I reduce this like 10 and 2, it is there, it is fine here, but when it comes to this arc, this should rotate like this, these patterns, these tricks. So for that, what I'll do something with this. So let's say I'll use custom rotator, Oops, not this. Custom rotator. And if I just, let's make this 1 and 1, make the custom rotator and do the tiling after that. So I'll do that 10 and 2 here and connect this here. Of course, the center will be the 0.5 and I'll rotate it like if I make it 0.1. It's rotating, right? And see, this is how I want from here, but it's rotating whole image, so I want to mask it out. So it should be straight vertical here. When it's come to that arc, it should be around like this 0.1 or 0.2, 0.1 I guess. And same thing here, it should be like negative 0.1 for here, so it should be like this. Okay, so what I'll do here, let's make a like a gradient. I'll copy this texture coordinate and paste and this mask. So we have this green channel because I want different value on here on the ring. I want it to be 0 and then rotation also only apply here. So now I will lerp and connect and then connect it here. So now if I put 0.2, it's working fine. It's there on the arc, and when it's going up, it's vertical again, but it's not working on this side. So for this side, what I want, I will take the mask from this red channel, then I'll take the step 0.5. It will give you the black and white half and half, and then you can saturate also. Okay, so what I'll do, instead of this multiply, I'll use lerp, and in the lerp, let's connect this here. So it's working, but it's working too high. Let me multiply less value. It's working here, but yeah, I want actually different value for both side. So what I'll do, I'll use one more lerp, and this should be like -1 and 1. So it will be like inverted on both side and looks cool now. So it's following that arc, right? And now you can use your panner here, or maybe just one. Cool, it's going up. And now you can mask it out this area if you want. So let me just, let's make this 10, and I want to add, like if I preview this, this is very sharp and I want to add something on it. So what I'll do, I'll use power again, and this time maybe just 2. If I preview, this is faded, but I will multiply it with point like 2 and add. So now if I preview that, this is how it looks. Now we can use this thing here. Now we want to just mask out the center point, this point. So what I'll do, I'll take this radial, although you can use other things. And let's make the radius maybe very less, 0.2, and density maybe like 5. And I'll invert this. So this will be black in the center. Black in the center. And now we want to offset it exactly on that place. So I'll just use 2 vector, and let's make this 0.5, 0.6 slightly up, and multiply this with this and see if it's working. It's not working, we need to move it little up, or we can, yeah, we can make it, yeah, 0.6. What just happened? it should it should visible. I don't know why it's not visible. Let me just. Okay, now the radius is 0.2. Okay, now I want to invert it. It's inverting. Yes, now I want to increase the density, maybe 5. And yeah, it's working. And oh, I accidentally put this on UVs instead of center. So I will just delete this. It should work now. Yeah. So now it's cutting it out. And thus we want it. Now for the color, what you can do, you can just put it on the opacity. For the color, you can just take the texture coordinate and shift C again. For the mask, I'll take the green channel, then I will like use the power X6. So there will be a gradient, and now you can use a lerp and use two colors. Let's say you have the yellow and you have the red, and connect these. If I preview, yeah, cool. And I'll connect this here. But the red is on the very bottom here. We want to offset it. So what we can do, we can increase the red value actually. Yeah, so there is red. Now there is red and this. Looks pretty cool. And I'll just save it, and let's also make this additive not transient, and let's save it. And I'll browse this, and here I will just, you can copy this, and I'll call it charge, and I'll change the material, not make it and it should be like spawning. So I'll just take the spawn rate, maybe 5. And now we need to adjust the size. So this should be like this much and this much. And then we need to also offset the. I think I have to change two things, but this maybe 15, this maybe 3.1. Okay, and I'll make the life very like subtle, maybe very low actually, like this. And we need to randomize all the things. So for the texturing, we have this thing which is tiling is here. So I will multiply this tiling with a dynamic parameter. So the proportion will be the same. It's just I will randomize tile little bit. And also I'll take the particle color, multiply actually with the alpha, and multiply this thing here. One more thing, I want to like dissolve overall. So I will just take the power here, and this is dissolve. I'll just save it. And now here I'll take the dynamic parameter, randomize the tile, not much, but little bit. So every frame look different every time. And dissolve value default 1 for now. And I'll take the color scale, use this. Not that much, like that. And you can randomize this. So this is 190 and this is 250. around. So 190, 180, 230 and 250 will be fine. Okay. And this is scaling, I think, from the center. So we need to offset this. Yeah, it's scaling from here now. Now we can put it down. And we can increase the size. So I'll just take the size here and increase it now here. And what you can do, one more thing, copy and paste. And in this one, I will dissolve it like this much. And I'll take this to maybe 50 and I'll dissolve. Actually, that dissolve should be just for the texture, not for the ring. So I'll just connect this here and this power should be for the texture. Because I don't want to dissolve the ring radius. Now it's there. Okay. And we can make it like 500. Okay. Like this. And you can also make that panner, this pan. This is one now. I'll take this time, multiply, connect here, here. This is pan. Save. And now this brighter one should be more fast. Then save. So it should be like 2. Cool. And I should make this thing or maybe little camera offset for this one. Yeah, this. Cool. You can add some lightning or anything if you want, but I guess this is fine. Cool. I'll just make this one a little more reddish. And you can also play with the material of this if you want little, some lightning effect on it. So let's do it. So I'll just open the material. This is very simple. And I'll use this noise texture here. And I want only on the edge, only on the outside. So what I'll do, first I'll take a radial, and let's multiply this radial with any of channels. And this should be actually inverted. Yeah. And you can also use power. So it's just on the edge. And then I'll multiply with this and add a panner, which is very fast, maybe 5. So if I preview this, this is how it looks. And then I'll go here and I'll use the same color and paste it here. And I'll multiply this thing with the color. So I have that color. And then I will add that on the emissive. Okay. So it will give that little bit feel. Okay, I will use power here also, and let's make this like 20. Let's save and try. Yeah, it gives that feel that there's a light on it. And you can also add lightning if you want. So let me just do that. So I'll just copy, and I guess I have lightning. So I found this texture which I have. So let me check if I have some material. Yeah. Control B, and this is in another effect, and this is a material that I will use. So I'll just browse this, and here I'll just change it. And this is 2 by 2. So I'll just use that subview here, and then animation, and make this, use this, and make this random. And I think dynamic parameter has something. So distort. Actually, this, let me find another one. So I'll just make one, a simple. Okay, and I'll use the particle color here and multiply this thing, this, and make this additive, unlit, save, browse, use it here. Yeah, this is fine. So now, first thing, this should be like, I'll make it blue, and let's use some camera offset also. This should be like, and there should be actually a shape location, and I'll use blender, and maybe 50, 10, and size should be like 20, 10, 30, 20, or like 50, and random rotation. And the cylinder is here, so make this 0. Let's increase the spawn rate so we can actually see where it's spawning. Yeah, now we can offset. We can offset a little bit. So here I want. This is the place I want. Now we can reduce this, and spawn rate should be just like 5 or 10, and this should be like 50, 30, and it should be very cool, and this should be center. So you can do that. So this is our effect, and this looks fine, I think. So if you like, hit subscribe, share the video. Thanks for watching, keep learning, and bye bye.